Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys a quick run through of my talent tree and my glyphs once this loads. Alright, so for my talents, this is my talent spec, 032-9. You spec into Feral Swiftness to give you the increase, dodge, and to get you the increased cat form speed, and 3 out of 3 Fear, which will give you 10 rage or something. Yeah, 10 rage when you shapeshift, which is good for starting your pull. I don't get Predatory Strike because I don't use Ravage in bear form because it's a cat ability, and my finishing move, I don't have any. Infected Wounds, this is good for kiting. It gets just nice slow on them. Fury Swipes, mandatory for tanking. 310% weapon damage now. It's critting insanely when it crits, especially on Alice Razor. Primal Fury, this is gives you a 100% chance to gain an additional 5 rage every time you crit. So what's my crit at? Like only 34%, and I'm reforging out of it because there's so freaking much. But I'm still getting a decent amount of rage from that. Increase the damage done by your Ferocious Bite by 10%. That's not really useful, but I only got it because of the 3 stacks of Fairy Fire that it puts on. King of the Jungle, I ended up specking 3 out of 3 just for the increased damage when I use my Enrage. It's pretty nice for when you have to taunt off your other tank and you need to get that extra aggro boost so that he doesn't pass you up again. Feral Charge is mandatory. I didn't get Stampede because I don't really need the haste for when charge. Thick Hide, increased armor. It's never a bad thing. Leader of the Pack. You can spec out of this if you want. If you have another Feral Druid in your raid or something. I mean, it's just a raid-wide buff that gives crit. Yeah, and it'll heal you for 4% of your total health. But it never really shows up on the charts that well. Brutal Impact, if you're doing a lot of stuns or whatever, interrupts, you could spec out of this and put it somewhere else if you want. But if you're doing dungeons, stuff like that, when there's only 5 people, then it's pretty useful. Next is Survival Instincts. This is one of your biggest cooldowns. It's like your shield wall for your druid though. Decreases the damage by 50% for 12 seconds. It's really comes in handy. I see some people specking into Endless Carnage just for the pulverize increase, but I don't know, it's not even that big of an increase, to be honest, so I didn't even get it. Next, Natural Reaction. Reduces damage taken by 18%, that's a must. Increases your dodge by 6%, that's really helpful. Next, Rend and Tear, increases your damage by your maul, blah blah. It's pretty useful. You have to have it in order to get Pulverize, so Pulverize just gives you crit when you use it for each stack of Lacerate. Next is Berserk. This is really useful for gaining insane amounts of threat really quick. Makes you be able to spam Mangle, and it hits up to 3 targets. So for those AoE situations, if you're having a bit of trouble, just hit that. It's a 3-minute cooldown, but your aggro will go through the roof. Now going over to the Resto tree. Natural Shapeshifter. I guess it's decent, but you have to have it in order to get Master Shapeshifter, which will increase physical damage by 4% in bear. It's pretty helpful. Heart of the Wild increases your attack power and your stamina. And Perseverance reduces spell damage taken by 6%. That's really helpful for your healers when there's like a fight where they're casting like shadow bolts on you or something. So yeah, now go to my glyphs. I got Mangle, increase the damage. Berserk, reduces or increases duration, and Lacerate increases the crit of it. For the major glyphs, Maul, it's mandatory. Fairy Fire, and Frenzy Regeneration. Now, I see some people using like for their majors, they use like Bark Skin or something like that, or maybe Feral Charge, or even Rebirth if you're actually gonna be res. But I don't ever have a chance to throw a battle res. I'm usually always tanking something. And thorns, you can't really pop out and throw thorns on yourself in the middle of tanking, so that's not useful. And then minor glyphs, of course, Dash, Challenging Roar, and Unburden Rebirth. I don't know why I have Unburden Rebirth if I don't have Rebirth glyph, but it's just didn't want an empty slot. I guess I could have put a Mark of the Wild or something there, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Feel free to comment if you have suggestions or if I'm totally noobing it up. Yeah, go ahead and subscribe, like, of course, do all that. I'll be sure to subscribe back to you guys, and thanks for watching.